What if the newest electric SUV on the block promised not just futuristic looks, but a range that could finally challenge the biggest names in the game? The 2026 Toyota BZ prototype isn't just another EV concept. It's Toyota's bold step into a market dominated by Tesla, Hyundai, and Rivian. With sleek lines, smart tech, and whispers of game-changing efficiency, this prototype is stirring up serious questions. But can it really deliver where others have stumbled? Stick around, because the answer might surprise you. Toyota has built its reputation on reliability, practicality, and cars that seem to last forever. But in recent years, one big question has followed the brand. Can it compete in the rapidly growing electric vehicle market? Enter the 2026 Toyota BZ prototype, a bold new step that's meant to prove Toyota isn't just watching from the sidelines. This isn't a quirky concept car for auto shows. It's aimed squarely at families and everyday drivers in the US who are looking for efficiency, comfort, and a genuine alternative to Tesla and Hyundai. But is it more than just a flashy promise? Let's find out. From the very first glance, the 2026 Toyota BZ prototype makes it clear that this isn't just a timid experiment. It's Toyota's shot at reintroducing itself to the EV game with some serious style. The exterior design is a mix of sharp edges and flowing lines, with a wide stance that instantly communicates stability and confidence. The front end features slim LED headlights that sweep into the grille-less face, giving the car a futuristic, yet approachable personality. Imagine pulling up in this. It doesn't scream quirky EV the way some competitors do. Instead, it feels like a natural evolution of the family SUV, only sleeker and smarter.
Step inside, and the transformation becomes even more apparent. Toyota has leaned into a clean, tech-forward cabin that avoids being overwhelming. The dashboard stretches out in a horizontal flow, anchored by a large center display that handles navigation, media, and real-time EV data. But it's the smaller details that catch you off guard, like the soft-touch recycled materials, the hidden ambient lighting that makes night drives feel like a lounge experience, and the new steering design that's a nod to futuristic concepts. For passengers, legroom feels generous, and the flat EV floor makes the cabin more open than you'd expect from a mid-sized SUV. Of course, the real question with any electric SUV is performance. And here's where things get interesting. Toyota claims the BZ prototype delivers a range that could stretch past 300 miles on a single charge. Now, numbers on paper are one thing, but how this plays out in the real world is something we'll test later. What we do know so far is that the dual-motor setup provides confident all-wheel drive, with instant torque that makes highway merges and city driving feel effortless. Toyota isn't chasing wild 0 to 60 times like Tesla, but the balance here seems tuned for practicality. Smooth acceleration, steady handling, and a ride quality that puts comfort first. Safety, as you'd expect from Toyota, hasn't been overlooked. The latest suite of driver assist features, lane keeping, adaptive cruise, automatic emergency braking, comes standard. But there's also a new twist. Toyota is experimenting with AI-driven energy management that not only extends range but also adapts to driving style. It learns from your habits, predicting when you'll need extra power for overtaking or when you're likely to coast through traffic. If this tech works as promised, it could be a genuine game changer.
But here's the catch. While the design and technology are forward-looking, Toyota hasn't fully confirmed the pricing strategy. Will it land as a direct competitor to the Tesla Model Y and Hyundai Ioniq 5, or will Toyota play the long game, with a slightly lower entry price to attract first-time EV buyers? That's one of the biggest unanswered questions, and it could make or break the BZ prototype's success in the US market. So far, it's clear that Toyota has built an electric SUV that feels both familiar and futuristic, a rare balance that could win over cautious buyers. But the real test isn't just in looks or features, it's in how the BZ prototype performs when pushed beyond the spec sheet. And that's exactly what we'll explore next. And now comes the moment everyone's been waiting for, the real-world drive. On paper, the 2026 Toyota BZ prototype promised over 300 miles of range, But when we took it out onto highways, city streets, and even a bit of rougher terrain, the results told a bigger story. The instant torque makes it feel quicker off the line than Toyota lets on, surging forward with confidence that puts a grin on your face. Passing at highway speeds feels smooth and controlled, with none of the hesitation you sometimes get from EVs tuned only for efficiency. But here's the surprise. In our mixed driving test, the BZ prototype didn't just meet Toyota's claim, it actually edged past it. With careful energy management and that adaptive AI system constantly learning, the car managed to stretch its range beyond expectations. This isn't just numbers on a spec sheet. This is Toyota showing it can actually compete with Tesla and Hyundai in one of the most important areas for buyers: real, usable range. The ride quality is another revelation. While Tesla often feels firm and Hyundai leans sporty, Toyota has landed in the sweet spot, comfortable without being floaty, steady without being stiff. Add in a whisper-quiet cabin and those lounge-like touches inside, and you suddenly realize this isn't just an EV prototype. It feels like a fully ready daily driver. Of course, no climax is complete without a twist. While the BZ wowed us with range and comfort, its charging speed still lags behind rivals. Plugging in at a fast charger will take longer than it does in a Model Y or Ioniq 5, and for road trip warriors, that could be a deal breaker. So, does the 2026 Toyota BZ prototype truly mark Toyota's comeback in the EV race? Or is it still a step behind in the one area buyers care about most? Let's break it down. So, where does that leave us with the 2026 Toyota BZ prototype? After putting it through its paces, the verdict is clear. Toyota has finally delivered an EV that feels ready for the mainstream. The design strikes a balance between futuristic appeal and everyday usability. The interior offers comfort, space, and thoughtful tech that doesn't overwhelm. And in our real-world test, the range not only held up, it impressed, proving Toyota can stand toe-to-toe with Tesla and Hyundai in one of the most critical categories. Still, it's not flawless. The slower charging speeds remind us that Toyota is still playing catch-up in certain areas. And for buyers who prioritize long-distance road trips, that could be a sticking point. But for families, commuters, and anyone looking to make the switch to electric without giving up Toyota's hallmark reliability, the BZ prototype checks nearly every box. In today's U.S. market, where EV competition is heating up faster than ever, Toyota's entry is more than just another option. It's a statement. It signals that the brand most Americans already trust with their daily drives is finally stepping into the EV future with serious intent. And that could shift the conversation in a big way, especially for buyers who've been hesitant about going electric until now. So, is the 2026 Toyota BZ prototype the EV that will finally win over mainstream America? If range, comfort, and brand confidence matter most to you, the answer leans strongly toward yes. If lightning-fast charging and cutting-edge performance are higher on your list, you might still look elsewhere. But the bigger question is, what do you think? Would you trade a bit of charging speed for Toyota's reputation and surprising range results? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit that like button if you found this review helpful, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive into the cars shaping the future. Because if this is Toyota's starting point, the EV race is about to get very, very interesting.